Hi guys, Bill Yaley in the Mad Scientist Lab. I've been having a lot of fun with the tube test harness here lately. In the course of trying to find a good tone stack, I've got a few of these little prototype boards. When I was running it through the circuit, these being unshielded, these were just hideously loud. So what I did, I took a project case. This is like a Sansamp sized Hammond enclosure, and it's plastic, which your thought might be, well gosh, if it's plastic it's not going to have any kind of shielding at all. It's going to buzz like crazy still, which is true to a point. About 10 years ago, went to Lowe's and I bought this stuff. It's a metal AC vent flashing tape, and this is like aluminum and it's self-adhesive. So what I've done is I took a couple of these project cases and I've just lined it with that metal tape. Here's another one that's a little bit smaller. If you know the size of guitar pedals, these are two of the most common. So what I did is I took one of these tone circuits, dropped it into the Hammond enclosure with the metal tape around the outside. It creates a shield, and I created this guy. Now that it's in here, it's a lot quieter. So what it sounds like to just run one of these things just completely open, you'll hear all the noise that comes out of it. And then I'll try it in one of the shielded enclosures and you'll hear what the difference is. So it's pretty remarkable, right? It took me a while to come up with the right configuration for this. I tried a number of different amplifiers. I even experimented with different chords, because comparing this open air circuit to the one that's in this enclosure, I wanted to make sure I gave you guys a fair representation of just the noise coming from this piece. First example, let's turn this guy on. There it is. You can already hear a good amount of hum coming from here. Now if I touch the ground, it goes away a little bit. Moving it around doesn't really seem to improve it one way or the other. Let's go on to example 2. And there, there. Now then, you should notice that that is a lot quieter. Now I don't even have this thing plugged in, so if I were to plug this in, it might even be quieter. Alright, so now it's plugged in to the guitar. Alright, I'm going to go back to this one. I want to show you guys the importance of shielding using an enclosure like this. Just to show you I'm not lying, there it is. What's interesting though is I can take this slightly shielded enclosure and I can just rest this in here, and if you can tell, it's the tiniest bit quieter. Now I can touch the ground and you can hear the hum go down a little bit more. What's really cool is when these two guys touch, pardon the crackle, but this is really quiet. Almost as quiet as the sealed up enclosure like this guy. Really interesting. If I take that off, it gets a little bit more noisy. If I take it out of here, it gets even more noisy. So that's the importance of shielding for you. Bill Yaley, Mad Scientist Lab, checking out. Shield your stuff.